What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed for the Monte Carlo tournament rally. I don't know what it is actually. It doesn't say. I assume it's a tournament, but hopefully we can get through this and have a good race. Be pretty straightforward. This is the third to last episode of this playthrough, so I'm very excited. We're visiting all 5 Monte Carlo circuits, which I don't think we've ever done. I don't think there was any previous event where we visited them all back to back to back to back to back. So we'll see how this goes. We have a natural car selection of what we're going to take here. We're going to take our beautiful 911 GT1, the 996 updated 1998 version, I believe this is. There were a couple different versions of this car for those of you that are Porsche buffs and nerds. And can't remember if I mentioned that in previous playthroughs. We've driven this a couple times in various things, but yeah, today we're going to take it to Monte Carlo because, of course, race cars. So it should be pretty straightforward. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know what to expect. We know how it's going to go. Again, apologies if you're new to this for the AMD thing giving you a seizure up in the top right corner. Hopefully it's not too big of an issue. Hasn't been an issue for the game itself. Recently I've done some PC upgrading and that's been kind of tripping out and not liking this 25-year-old game. So it doesn't affect the gameplay any, just a note for those of you up there in the top. So apologies about that, but we'll just go in order here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Car is ready to go. Car is repaired. $20,000 entry fee. And we'll get right to it. So hopefully these aren't like 10 laps apiece, which would be insane. But even if they're 5, we should be able to click through them pretty quickly because the car is fast. So we'll see what everybody else brings. I see some 930s and Carrera RSs and a 550, which is an interesting choice. They are 5 laps apiece, which is fine. We should be easily fast enough to deal with this. There's the 550. Again, this car's sound is a little bit broken for some reason on this game, so I apologize about that. 944 Boxster here. Just be nice and patient, take our time, drive right into the wall for no reason, and spin out for no reason. Okay, we're going to start over again. I don't know why I've forgotten how to drive this car. Maybe I'm on the wrong tires. I did also buy wet tires or rain tires for this. I can't remember if I have them installed or not. I just want to make sure I'm not an idiot. Nope, I'm just bad. Okay, to the surprise of nobody, I just suck. So, $5,000 gone to repair the car. Obviously, we're going to have to enter the tournament again, spend another 20 grand. And we're going to pretend like the last 3 minutes never happened. So it's fine. We're just increasing the length of the video for your viewing pleasure. Not that it's not going to be long enough doing 25 laps of Monte Carlo circuits today. Let's try this again and hopefully not go flying off into the scenery on our high-powered, high-downforce, slick-tired race car for no reason. All right, here we go. We know we can roll around the outside of these first 3 cars in turn 1. Again, the sound very broken for this car. It's going to sound very stuttery as it shifts gears. Apologies for that. Not a whole lot I can do, unfortunately. Just a quirk of the game. Not die, please, and thank you. Get through there nicely. We do. I think this is a 993 turbo here ahead of us, so hopefully we can pass Dylan. Wingnut is way out ahead. Don't know what Wingnut's driving, but surely it's not as fast as my car, but he does have a nice gap here to start. So again, apologies about the sound of this car being broken. It seems to be the only car we noticed this way back in the factory driver that the sound for this car was broken. Is very interesting, but whatever. Don't know which way we're going here, but apparently 993 is much braver behind me. I don't know if this is a Carrera 4 or a turbo or what this is, but it's fast regardless, so swoop around the outside. All the grip in the world, obviously we're very, very quick. Dylan, it looks like, is up to 3rd and must be faster. Maybe we start with reverse grid or mixed up grid or something, because Dylan in his car looks to have the pace to be at the front, but we will lead the first lap.
It's your first lap, first place.
Close to the lap record, so we probably will set the lap record today. Not sure if we've driven this car here before. But we're in good shape. We got out front, we're ahead, we're just cruising. There we go. Driving a little better this time, remembered how to drive the dumb thing. Car's a little bit understeery, but that's what you'd expect from a race car like this. There aren't any upgrades or adjustments you can make to this car. Just kind of is how it is. I haven't done any setup work throughout this playthrough for any of the cars. I've done upgrades, but I haven't wanted to dive into the deep setup stuff. A, because some of it's broken. For example, the downforce is backwards, like lowers more, which makes no sense. It's always been broken on this game. But other things I didn't want to get too serious about. I mean, the upgrades are one thing, but doing car tuning and spending a lot of time tweaking shocks and stuff like that, that's a little bit too much for a mostly casual playthrough that we're doing here. So regardless, we are in good shape here. We obviously have a huge car advantage, but no matter, we're here just to maximize this great car around a great racetrack like this. This should be easily a lap record, going to be like 110.
That's your second lap. First place.
So 3 laps to go. Not sure how many cars we will lap here today, but Leadfoot being in a 550, which is all the way from the prize car of the classic era. That will be very, very slow, I'd assume, at least relative to some of these cars. Again, we played here before. We've done some longer races here, some 5-lap races with some different traffic before. I just don't think we've done them all back to back to back. Maybe we have, I don't recall. But either way, we'll see how many cars we can lap here in these races. Obviously, we're probably not going to lap Wingnut and Dylan. They seem to be pretty fast with whatever they've got. I assume it's a Carrera and a 993 Turbo by the looks of things. But we'll see how many other cars we can lap if we can get to the Boxster and a 944 and cars like that. Not the easiest track to lap guys on here. It's pretty long, not a super high-speed track. There are no real corners other than the hairpin that we have a huge pace advantage, but nonetheless, we'll see what we can get. The hairpin that we do have makes up a lot of time for us, and obviously every straight and braking zone is good for us. So that's 3 down, 2 laps to go. We see someone up ahead there, Amazon and Leadfoot.
First place.
Thank you very much. More understeer, not hit the fence, please and thank you. Car seems to have off-power oversteer like crazy, which is interesting. And we'll go flying by the 550. What's up, Leadfoot, my buddy? Struggling along. Nice to see you, though. Thanks for coming. All right, we are cruising along nicely. Amazon will be up next here shortly. Slide through the harbor section there. See Amazon ahead. Can't remember if he's in the RS 2.7 or if he's in the 930. But regardless, we will come up to see here shortly. Looks like he's in the 930, so apparently that is slower in his hands, I guess, than the 2.7 Carrera RS is, which I think Backlash is driving. So Backlash moving up the field nicely, up to 6th. Decent run for them. 1 lap to go. We might be able to catch Paris here. We are not that far behind. It's a pretty long ways, you know, 15 seconds or so, but we'll see if we can make up that time here. Definitely will be able to pass Backlash here for this next section. All right, fire away from Backlash at high speed. Steele and Paris just up the way. Again, they're going to be pretty quick. We'll see if we can catch them in the twisty bits of the last couple of corners. And that would put us with 3 cars on lead lap, which I think would be a good performance because this is not the easiest of the Monte Carlo tracks for sure. Ooh, big liftoff oversteer there. Just slide through that whole corner. Take it nice and easy. We're going to get close to these guys. Not sure if we'll catch and pass them, but we're going to get close. Get by Steele. Can we catch the Boxster by the finish line? It doesn't look like it. So going to be 4 on lead lap. Paris is spared just barely. Just by about 2 car lengths, Paris is spared. So 5:45, decent time there. Win by about 45 seconds over Wingnut. Great performance for Wingnut. We'll see what kind of car he was in. 911 Carrera again. So then 993 Turbo for Dylan. 8 championship points. This time we didn't have any damage. Did get our safe bonus with our winning bonus, and we do set a best lap over a 944 Turbo, so that tells you how long it's been since I hot lapped around here. Not since we drove that car a couple episodes back. And we take the lap record by not quite 7 seconds, so that's a successful first race. Definitely on the first time. First time, 100%. No damage, nothing to worry about on the Monte Carlo 2. For the second event, which is great, we will get to start at the front, which is awesome. No hairpins here this time. We do have the fountain now coming into play. So let's pay attention to that. Not sure which way we want to go around the fountain. I assume left. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see how it plays out. Dylan gets a great acceleration in his 4-wheel drive 993 Turbo, so got to keep that in mind. Down the hill we get away though nicely once we get some speed built up with our grip and downforce. This is the tricky corner here. Our lap record 58 seconds, so quite a bit shorter than the 113 of previous. Again, don't remember what that was set in, but we should be able to be there or thereabout in this car, I would assume. If not faster, obviously, if it was set in a production car. But this car will fly around here. Long straight will help us out for sure, although Dylan will also be very fast and wing nut down this long straight, but we'll definitely make up time through some of the twisty bits up here. This is where we go straight, rejoin the track. Again, we'll be very patient here the first time through, see which way we want to take the fountain. We'll go left, seems to be the way, perfect. Close to a lap record there on the first lap, that's good. Pretty straightforward, easy going. We have our gap, we have our track position. Not trying to go too crazy here to get all 11 tenths out of the car. That's how you spin and die and absolutely destroy the thing. If we're going to do that, let's at least make it the last lap. Dylan and Wingnut still pretty tight together for second. Big gap though back already to Steele and Paris, so we'll see if we can catch them. Again, obviously we should easily catch Backlash, Amazon, Leadfoot. Poor Leadfoot having to do this race in the 550 must be miserable when you got much faster cars coming around you. But we're still doing okay. While I'm thinking of it, let me know while you're watching these 5 laps go off in this race and the next couple, what you want to see me play. Because I have a couple games in mind to play after this, which is great, and we'll definitely hit those at some point. If there's something you guys want to see, different game, different kind of game. If you want to see a classic Need for Speed game or a different classic NASCAR game, we've played through Dirt to Daytona already. We've played through the PS2 version of Hot Pursuit 2, and we have played through, what have we played through other than that? There's something else that we've played through. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just those 2 in this. But let me know if you want to see something else. Different classic Need for Speed game. There's high stakes out there. There's even Need for Speed 2, which is a really difficult game to play. And I'd have to think about doing that one, but we could do high stakes. We could do a newer Need for Speed game that's not quite as nostalgic to me, which I've talked about. We could do different NASCAR games. We could do a lot of different stuff. So let me know what you want to see down below. We could even do some non-Need for Speed or NASCAR games. We could do some other racing games, which, again, a couple have come to mind for me to do at some point. So let me know your thoughts. But we got 2 laps to go here as we go by Leadfoot there on lap number 3.
3rd lap, first place.
2 laps to go. Again, the brakes on this car are probably great for like late 90s, but for a Le Mans race car, they don't seem to be that good. Or at least they're not modeled as such in the game. Car, although it handles very well and is very fast, obviously it doesn't stop. And again, a lot of the cars in this game don't stop that crazy good, but it doesn't really stop like you'd expect it to when you hit the brakes. It kind of slides about and almost feels lazy, but obviously still very fast compared to everything else in the game, just not what you'd expect of a Le Mans race car. So cruising along, we've lapped Amazon, we've lapped Leadfoot, Backlash, Paris, and Steele. Probably not too far up the road here. We'll see if we can catch them in this last lap in a bit. Again, pretty short lap. There is Backlash ahead of us. We're going to catch him in a really bad spot, actually, through the fountain, seems like.
That's your 4th lap, first place. 1 more lap to go.
All right, 1 to go. Get through there nicely. Steele up ahead. Paris up ahead, excuse me, and the red car, which I think is the Boxster, and we'll see if we can catch Steele. We should be able to. They're pretty close together here. I'll give us 3 on lead lap. Wingnut's still behind Dylan here in this event. Go to the left of the Boxster there. Not sure if that was wise or not, but we made it. Go around the 944 here. On the outside, I guess. They're just right in the middle. It's fine. Not sure what our best lap's going to be. We had a clean lap early, but a little bit of traffic here these last couple, which is fine. Again, the car sound very broken. But we will come through. Won't need to lift this time for the pool, or the fountain, because we'll just fly into it with our best lap here, hopefully. There's the finish, and a big flip. Yikes. Like a 2.5 rolls in the air, almost 3 once it rolls on the ground, but we lap up to 3rd place. Wingnut and Dylan are spared once again with their speed. They will probably be spared in all these races. 56.96, not sure if that's the best lap or not, but we win by not quite a minute. Another win, another safe bonus.
That's a new lap record.
It is a lap record by about 1.2 seconds, so over a Carrera 4 that we've driven previously, so a fast car, but obviously no match for this. On the Monte Carlo 3, the one that everybody knows, and the one you play first, the one you play most, I believe, in the game. So we'll see. Get right into it. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's fun.
3,
2, 1, go. We did it. All right. Good start for Dylan again on his all-wheel drive with the 993 turbo. We'll leave him space up the inside. Just cruise around the outside of him here. Make sure we get away. 114 is our lap record here. No idea what that was in. Get through the hairpin nicely this time. So we'll see if we can get close or match the 114. Dylan looks to have a little more control over this one now that we've gotten to some grippier tracks. We'll see if Wingnut can fight back and try to take second in points back again. That would actually be big for us if Wingnut could finish ahead of this one. Give us that gap on the start that we need to stay ahead of the 993. This 993 looks to be able to make up about 2 grid slots. All the grip. This version of the track, this direction is a little bit faster, I would think, just because of how the tunnel plays out with the getting air and this corner, especially how you can carry speed up the hill. I think this is probably a little bit faster of a version of the track, or direction of the track, I should say. There we go, get through there nicely.
That's your first lap, first place.
Go right to the fountain this time, just drag the brakes enough to get through there. Decent lap, but not quite a record again on the start lap, which is fine, makes sense. Should be able to break it. Don't know again what car it was set in, but there we go. Get through the hairpin nicely. Up the hill. Easy peasy. Ready for the right turn here. A little bit too deep in there, but we made it. It's fine. Again, a little bit of airtime here on this one, but the car sticks to this one for whatever reason, so you can carry all this speed all the way down the hill. Oh, hit the wall there just a little bit. Didn't look to do any damage though. Hopefully it doesn't cost us our safe bonus. Again, not that it really matters, but still like to have nice clean races.
That's your second lap, first place.
Just about flat foot the fountain there. Got to be brave and nail it though, obviously. So nice gap, decent lap there also. Not sure if it was a record again, but whatever, it's fine. We'll probably catch Leadfoot on this lap towards the end of this lap, I would assume. There we go. Little bear through there. That was nice. Still no sign of the 550 ahead of us. There it is. Just barely clear the 550 there. That was as tight as it can get. Didn't hit it though. Thankfully, just trying to maximize lap time because this felt like a decent lap. See what it says.
Third lap, first place.
Nice run through there that time. Seemed to be a decent lap. Very deep into the first corner there, but we'll go around the outside the 930. No problem. Focus up towards backlash and 2.7 up ahead. Oh, there's that spin again. Seems like the car just like unloads on the camber. That very far left of the hairpin there, it just unloads in a very strange way. Again, that kind of endo physics that we've seen from the fast cars in this game. I can assume that's what's happening. It's just pivoting on the front axle, but no matter. So a little bit of car damage. Thankfully, no drive chain damage. The damage isn't serious, but our chances, especially with traffic now, of chasing a faster lap than that third lap we ran are probably low, especially if I hit some walls. All right, Justin, you suck. Thankfully, no more damage from that one, but just a very poor, sloppy lap by me. We've only lapped 2 so far with having that damage and having to back up, basically. So, should still be able to get backlash, but we'll see about Paris and Steele on the final lap here. Very stuttery screen with frames right now. Apologies for that. At least it looks like that to me. Not sure if it's looking like that to you guys on the recording, but apologies for that if it's coming through in that way.
Fourth lap, first place.
All right,
This is the
one more
last
lap to go around here. Oh, we'll definitely catch these two. I thought we were much further behind, but it's okay. We're in good shape. Obviously not going to catch Dylan or Wingnut in this one today, but that's okay. We haven't done that yet. So still going to stay at 3 cars that have been lapped or unlapped in this. We'll see if we can catch them in one of these, but it's not likely. Unless I just have a perfect race and they have issues or something along those lines, because we're not really fast enough. We'll go left here with the space to go around the 944 of steel. Not really close enough here. Again, we'd have to be about a minute 20 or so faster throughout the race than Wingnut to catch him. Looks like he's fallen back from Dylan a little bit, so Dylan will start right behind us for Monte Carlo 4, which isn't ideal. With the 993's boost juice on the start with 4-wheel drive, great acceleration. So we will probably be behind in the first corner for Monte Carlo 4, and then probably 5 subsequently if he continues to stay second in points, as I would assume. So no safe bonus here from this one. That's okay, a little bit sloppy, but hairpin does us in again. And very nicely across the line. Nice, another good flip. Pretty well parked, honestly, considering right outside the casino and the auditorium or whatever it is. Art gallery. I don't know what they have at Monte Carlo. I've never been to Monaco, so if you've been, let me know. But again, we weren't too far behind that Wingnut area, but not close enough to take it. 1 minute 10 best lap. No safe bonus from this one, but we do set a lap record by about 3.5 seconds, not quite. Repair the car. Not too bad. 3,500 of damage on the race car isn't too bad on the Monte Carlo 4. Again, we'll see how this one goes. This is the one with the weird hairpin corner right at the end of the circuit, or maybe the beginning in this direction. We'll see. Looks like it's at the end, so that's good. It goes around the fountain, so thankfully we don't have to navigate that. Let Dylan go on ahead with his 993 XL here. Just go around the outside of the first corner, carry that momentum, try to get the lead back, which we do. Again, lap record here 114, so that seems to be the magic number at a couple of these tracks. Looks like 3 of them now have been 114s. The other 2, Monte Carlo 5, will definitely be under a minute. Looks like Dylan had an issue there. Paris actually, or Wingnut, excuse me, comes back through to take second position. So in this direction, no matter. We'll see how this works out. Don't think we have the hairpin on this one. I think we go straight here and file back up towards the other hairpin at the end of the lap, which is nice. Through the tunnel. This is where the start-finish line is for Monte Carlo 5, so we'll see this next time out, next race. So Wingnut currently ahead of Dylan. Interesting. Makes it interesting for that points battle going into the final race if Wingnut can hang on, which would be cool. We know we have to brake and take this corner here, so we'll go nice and easy, nice and slow. This is our hairpin that we don't want to die on there. Bottoms out big time, very bumpy. All the pixels getting very upset. There we go, up through there. And we have a hairpin here around the fountain. I like this track, nice little twist as we're going to spin out again for no reason there. Seems like low grip, again just pivoting around the front axle, so off throttle oversteer. Not really doing us any favors there, but we're good. Thankfully we didn't hit anything. Nice slow lazy spin. But we got to keep that in mind for these slow corners, especially again the really bumpy corner that I talked about. Right close to that wall, a little bit on throttle understeer through there. Again, this won't be a best lap either because we had that spin right at the start, ruins our momentum. But we can learn a little bit more about our brake zones and how the car is going to handle. There we go, very nice. I also learned, well, no, I'll talk about that in a couple episodes. I was going to say I learned a little tidbit in fact, but I'll save it for when we go see the track in person. It's going to have been way out of date by the time I share this tidbit with you, but we'll save it for then regardless. Ooh, big off throttle oversteer again there. Car just likes to slide and snap, so. Very careful. Oh, we're going to spin out again, just not hit anything. This is not going very well. The key there, since it was not fast lap, just don't hit anything. Oh my god, now we got like slippery tires. Okay, so this is not going exactly to plan. Again, we're probably not going to lap a whole bunch of people on this one anyways. Yeah, Wingnut's not that far behind, but he is ahead of Dylan, so that's good. Alright, let's get this right and we'll try to put in a fast lap here, Justin. Huh? How about that? Get this corner exit right, not make any mistakes. or hit the wall for no reason and spin out again. It's going well, I'd say. It's going very well.
First place.
Sloppy laps, just terrible laps. Thankfully, we got 2 down, 3 to go, and I am driving way too hard now. Plow the fence. All right, this is not going well. I just got confused about where I was there because I'm overthinking now. Okay, so this is about as bad as it goes. What a disaster. Hopefully we can still put in a decent lap. I mean, for all I know, that 114 was in this car, and so we're not going to be able to beat it anyways, but we're not even getting close because I can't put a clean lap together without killing myself, so it's fine. Still a comfortable gap. Steele, it looks like Dylan's had a really bad race. He's back in 5th, so this would actually be the race where, of course, we could lap up to potentially Steele and just leave me in wingnut. But I've had such a disaster that that's going to be a tall task here in just 2 laps, unless we have mega the last 2 laps, which could happen, I guess. But so Dylan throwing away 2nd in points here as we speak. Yeah, still nowhere near the 550 of Leadfoot. We're going to have a little while before we catch him. Only down the 3rd gear there is what's saving us. 1st gear and even 2nd maybe appear to be very slippery through that bumpy hairpin, as we saw him get all crossed up there. So a lot of mistakes. We've probably given up nearly 20 seconds of time here by having these little slides and spins and such. There we go. Stay on throttle is the key. 3rd lap. That was a 38. That was our best lap because the 1st lap we didn't absolutely completely die, even though we plowed in the fence here for no reason. There's the 550 up ahead. Understeer for days, but we should be able to use that to exit this corner pretty strongly. We do. We're going to catch again the Leadfoot here at a really awkward place, but I guess it could be worse. Could be a really bad spot. Jump up the inside there, make it nice and easily. All right, we'll take that. See if we can run a little faster here. I do have in mind where we crossed the line last lap, so hopefully we can beat that. All right, let's keep the power down here, keep our momentum up. Yeah, very much happier on throttle turning in than it is off throttle. A little bit of traffic here. Looks like Amazon's up ahead. Hopefully we can get through this car nice and easily here. Cost us a little bit of time there, but nothing crazy. Gonna catch backlash here right out of the hairpin. If we can just put this together without dying. We do. Awesome. That was about a that doesn't make sense. That was like a 127 or something there, which is not a good lap. I don't know what the hell I ran that 14 in, or maybe it's an AI car and we just haven't been able to touch that. There are a couple tracks where the AI just appear to be so much faster than what the player can do. No idea, but we're not too far behind Paris, Dillon, and Steele here. It's not out of the possibility of catching them and putting them all lap down here. We'll see if we can do it. We're going to get by the Boxster here. Down the long straight, thankfully. You can see just a glimpse of Dillon up ahead. Again, we'll have the acceleration, but we should have some of the top speed. Looks like Paris has hit something with some headlight damage. But of course, I've hit something. Can't tell because we don't have headlight damage, but Steele and Dillon probably not too far up ahead here. We'll see if we can close them down. Just a couple corners left, though. Going to be difficult, but going to be my choking of incidents that cost us, not anything else, so. So we get by Dillon there and braking for the tight bumpy hairpin. So that's, again, 3 cars on lead lap, but we're not going to be able to catch Steele, I don't think, too far ahead. Just 1 corner to go here. So my incidents are going to cost us. Steele's going to have a 3rd place finish. And my mistakes and my couple spins and whatever are going to cost us just that close. So I don't think we ran a best lap or anything. I think the AI is just OP. It looks like Dillon flipped again there based on where he's parked up sideways. So not a good result. He manages to hang on to 4th, it looks like, but gives up 2nd in points to Wingnut. Yeah, 127 was my best lap. No safe bonus again because I died a lot. No idea how we're that far off. 12 seconds and some change off of the best lap, and then even these Carrera 2s and 4s, 10 seconds faster than I ran the GT1, and then the guy in a 550. If we look back, I want to make sure I have the right thing here. Nope, that's not what I want. Summary, there we go. So if you look at this, I mean, a 550 Spider around here in apparently Rock Walk's hands ran the same lap time I did in a GT1. Make that make sense. We've already seen how slow the 550 is, so. The AI is just broken in LP here. Maybe they inputted the wrong lap times. Doesn't really matter. Not good. $6,000 of damage isn't bad, though, considering how badly I crashed the car. And the final event, Monte Carlo Circuit 5, we'll see if we can beat the sub 53. I think that best lap around here, the 53, is in this car, so we're probably not going to knock it out of the park or anything, but we'll see. Dylan probably get us here on the start and really compromise us, but at least we're on to the final race. We have a nice points gap because they've been swapping second round a lot. Dylan gets through. Wingnut, as long as he just finishes this out, finishes third, should take second in points, which would be a great result for him in his Carrera. Dylan does not catch us here for this one, thankfully. All right, we'll see where we go here. I don't remember exactly where we go. Actually, I do. I do remember. Understeer there. Got to be careful of that as we go on. Tunnel going to throw us some unlucky bones here, but thankfully in this direction it's not too bad. Brake nicely through here, and then we're full throttle all the way back to start finish line. So very, very short lap. This will be less than a 5-minute race. 53 flat apparently is the lap record that I said at some point. Down the hill, we're already back towards start finish just like that. So
That's your first lap.
less than a minute on the start lap, standing start lap. So we'll see what we can do now. Basically 2 or 3 brake zones only around this track. It's basically Monza or Daytona or, you know, track like that. So big slide there on entry, but we're good. Made it. There we go. See what this one is for reference. We were right about a minute last time, so we'll see what we can run this time. Only real brake zone right here. That's a real, you know, slam on brakes, turn in corner, which is fine. All right, see what we can do. We need to be right about 152 on the timer to be roughly 53 seconds. Not sure we're quite going to get there this time, but we'll see. Yeah, pretty close. Might not be the best lap, but we'll see. Probably get one more flying lap here to see what we can do before we hit traffic, so I'll try to push hard and make the most of this. Try to keep it flat through here. Be brave. Which we managed to do. There we go. Straighten this out, carry all the speed we can up the hill into the tunnel, and then again, be brave through here. Hopefully we can just get by the lead footmobile here in a good spot. We do. Again, chop his nose, but it's fine. He'll understand. Again, we need to be about 145 here at the start-finish line. Should be able to do it. Yeah, that should be a lap record. I think that was a 52 something. So 2 laps to go. Short laps, good. We did our job. We're running a really, really fast one, thankfully. And now there's going to be a lot of traffic for us to deal with, so we just got to be patient and careful through here. Go around the outside, knowing that they're going to turn in eventually. That was pretty close. Didn't really get through there like I wanted to, knowing there was going to be an overlap, but it's all good. We lived. Backlash, Paris, Steele ahead. Again, 993 of Dylan's going to do much better around here than apparently it did at Monte Carlo 4, so definitely not going to lap through everybody again here today. But Wingnut is going to be the only person other than me that's going to survive being on the lead lap for all these, so good for him. Probably going to be rewarded with second in points. Go around the Carrera RS 2.7, the Backlash. Good result, 6th again here today, so good points, good money. We've talked about he's a trust fund child to be able to afford all these race cars and these tournament entry fees, even though he's last in absolutely everything, but not so today. 6th place today, so 1 lap to go. Final lap, not going to be faster. We're going to have traffic. We've been out of sync a little bit, but that's okay, no matter. We'll get through here nicely. Make sure we keep the car balanced. We see Paris up ahead. May or may not catch that car. Again, stutters have gotten really bad, so apologies for that. Hopefully it's not too terrible on the recording, but again, my apologies. Just one of the realities of playing a game this old. Sometimes stuff goes wonky. So we will lap the Boxster here. We may lap the 944, although I doubt it. It's going to be very unlikely unless we really catch him in a weird spot if he has to brake or something. But probably just going to be 4 cars on lead lap here. Yep. Steele's going to stay away, but we will come through and we will complete Monte Carlo circuit number 5 and complete the Monte Carlo tournament. So great performance. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Even with my start there on the first attempt at the first lap of the Monte Carlo
You
1
won
way
the
back then.
race.
Sloppy, but we made it. 51.9, so sub 52 even there, and a 4:31 best lap. We do put some good gap on these guys.
Congratulations.
We do win the tournament. We get our 150 tournament bonus, means we make almost 300 grand. If it could have had a couple of those safe bonuses, we would have made it. Actually, even one of them, so it's okay. Beat the lap record. It was in this car, which is nice. Through there nicely. Awesome. So shouldn't even need to repair the car. Perfect. All right, so 1.4 million almost. Of course, no more car purchases to do. We talked last time we're going to do the Rally of Europe last since it's all the tracks and it's a million prize. So next up next week, be sure to check back in. Will be the factory turbos only turbo trophy. I think we'll get back in the 996 again. We do not need the wet tire, so we'll just go with the slick tire. I mentioned last time out we bought that wet tire just in case. I also bought it for the car that we drove today, the 991 or 911 GT1, excuse me. And we'll try it at the Alps, and we'll try the Autobahn next time out in case we need it for that full Europe rally or whatever it's called. But next time out, we'll have the Turbo Trophy, the second to last event. So hope you come back next week, same time on Saturday for that, and hope you enjoy it. So make sure you drop that like, sub down below. Don't want you to miss any of the action from Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. What we're going to play next, again, let me know down below what you want to see. But I already have some things in mind, and I already have some game plans in the works, so hopefully you see that coming up soon. But again, we also always have iRacing content, Camaro content, track day content, everything else. So I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, as always, bye.